Well, good morning, YouTube. I'm getting ready to get Facebook started, so give me just a few minutes. Seems like that's an everyday thing with me, isn't it? Mm. Some mornings I just completely forget how to go live, if that's possible. How's everybody today? It's a happy Thursday. Anybody? What have we been doing? What happened? You guys flipping out about yesterday? Are you happy about yesterday? You tell me. What's going on? Tell me how you cultivated joy yesterday. I know that several people that signed up or RSVP'd or just wanted more information. How were There we go. Good morning, Facebook and YouTube. It is Thursday. Happy Thursday. Oh my goodness. This is our throwback Thursday for social media people. What do we want to throw it back to? Okay, I'm going to show you something really quick because this lady's been on my mind a lot. And for my morning people, this is my sister Linda. This is her high school graduation picture. So her senior year picture, I'll show you guys. Isn't she just the cutest? I can really see my sister. I can see Tara, my sister, in her. And those of you that know, she is biologically my niece, but she's my sister. We were raised like sisters. My parents adopted her when her biological mother, my sister, passed away. And so, once again, like I told you guys yesterday, my definition of a pterodactyl family or a dinosaur train family, or you just never know that in that show, as silly as it is, it's just a children's show, but it says a lot. You know, the mom just happens to have a kid she can't explain in a nest, and the family just accepts it, and they know he's different, and it's okay. And I love that concept because, you know, the things that kids get make sense to me. I get it too. Well, so I completely ignored what was happening with the elections. I was a little disappointed to see some people that I look up to. I think that they're great. They have a lot to share. I'm always looking at what can I learn or what new perspective can I get from another person. And I was disappointed to see one of my most favorite influencers just come on live crying. And I'm just going to say, you know, it's one of those situations where uh, even the strongest of people, we don't know what we don't know, right? And that's been like any of the experts that have come on to television or any sort of media to talk about what we're doing, what we've learned, what the research is saying, not from a political agenda, although that's been really difficult to find. But, you know, strong people that know what their convictions are being shaken because they only know what they know. And it was just proof to me all throughout yesterday that I had confidence. I had confidence that no matter how it turned out, how the election turned out, and I still don't think that we have an accurate count. I don't know which way it's leaning, and I'm not going to make a prediction. I am wearing my Mama Bear USA shirt. I don't know if Facebook can see it, but because that's my position, I pray for all of you like I'm your mom. I'm a teacher, I'm an educator, so I'm here to share whatever knowledge I have, but I'm also here to, help you and also to get your feedback because we're all works in progress. And it was proven to me yesterday that without faith, you just, I mean, even people that don't have faith in themselves to push forward, to do the hard things, to move to the next right thing. And I shared a little bit yesterday that sometimes it's not just living day by day. Sometimes it is moment by moment, especially if you're a person that either really struggles with choosing joy or you're the type of person that has to really work to cultivate joy. And I know this and I steal this term, this brutal term, meaning for those people that really see the brutal light side of life, but also see the beautiful side. And what I've known those to be and what I've studied is these are empathic people. These are people that just feel completely deeply, and I'm an empath, and it is a gift that God has given me to be empathetic to those around me. But what I've learned over my life is my empathy for what's happening or what someone's going through does not have to mean I feel sorry for them. It doesn't mean I have to put myself in their shoes. It just means that I do understand. And being an empath, I feel how you feel. So for those of us that just feel things deeper or take on other people's emotions as you grow in that giftedness, you have to learn the boundaries of it. And so that's been a lifetime lesson for me, and I'm still learning and evolving. But I also, I also have a child that is extremely beautiful. She just sees life through a different lens than the rest of us, and sometimes it's so difficult that her emotions lead her to just I'll give you a good example. When she was little, she was just obsessed with penguins, and not just I don't mean like an obsession, but like needing to know everything about them. And because when she was little, the internet was still new. Not everybody had it in their homes. Um, I'm gonna pause for 1 second because for some reason Facebook is buffering and it's in our we're in our small group. I have a feeling that it's still working itself out. Come on, Facebook. I'm getting notices from people not being able to see or that it's frozen. And it's saying trying to reconnect due to poor wireless connection. Your broadcast has been paused. Well, it's not our poor wireless connection. I can guarantee you that. I have IT specialists that's working for uh, uh, California State University here in Bakersfield from home. So we have probably one of the best internet connections. So I wanted to take advantage of this time right now. So I'm just going to keep on talking and hopefully Facebook gets with it. If you're having trouble on Facebook, you can always jump over to the live stream on YouTube. And my YouTube channel, just look for my name, Ava Diane Kirby, and it's AVA hyphen capital DYANN and then Kirby KIRBY, just like the vacuum. So you can come on over to YouTube and I'll wait. I'll be patient. I might even stay a little bit longer. I was thinking about grabbing my iPad and getting on Instagram as well, since we're having trouble. I'm going to pause one moment. Please stand by. Good morning, Facebook. Okay, here we go again. Okay, I'm gonna restart Facebook and see if that helps, but I don't wanna waste a lot of time or take a lot of time. I have a lot of you that I purposely invited to today, and mainly because I just wanted to check in with you about how you're doing with the election, and if you're, giving your time to check in with your emotional self, your social emotional health is so important. And since the social part of it has changed and it's a lot like this, I just want to make sure that you're taking time for your emotional side. And what I was talking about before, and I'm still not sure what's happening with Facebook because it's just lagging and lagging. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish on here. And if Facebook, you get any of us live, then great. It looks like it's come back on. So hello, if for any of you that stayed with me, thank you so much. Thanks, you guys. I really appreciate it. And if you hopped off, this is going to be here. It lives in our Exceptional Journeys group, which is an offshoot of just my regular Facebook. I do have a page for it. I do also, and I'm developing the website. If you go to the website right now, which is exceptionaljourneys.org, you'll see that it's under construction, but you can at least see the empowerment and the purpose, vision and mission of what Exceptional Journeys is about. And because it is developing and God is showing me small things, I've seen the big thing, I've seen the big picture, and I've seen the end game. I'm just not sure about the path. And so my foot is out there in faith, and God is just literally rising up to meet me. And I know a lot of you have asked me about this Kingdom Influencers coaching. That's a program that I'm in. It has been a complete and total blessing. If you are an entrepreneur and a believer, and it doesn't even matter like where you are in your walk. You could just be a new believer, could just been like during this pandemic, oh my gosh, we going online trying to find out some answers and how to get some peace for yourself. And so I really felt led to Kingdom Influencers coaching, and not because I don't have like a lot of amazing mentors. And my spiritual mama is Oprah. You'll hear me talk about Oprah and Maya Angelou, and probably my my newest for coaching and speaking is Lisa Nichols. I just love this lady, and I kept seeing her name and kept seeing her name, and I'm actually I'm joining a little bit of a training that she has because she's really well known as a speaker, and that's my passion. I want to write these books, and I want to go out and speak, and I want to share with moms and dads that, raising children is a blessing and it doesn't have to be so hard, especially when you learn how you learn, how they learn, and how you can all interact together as a family, and how much fun learning can be. And it doesn't have to be that you're sitting in rows with a teacher just giving you information. And that has worked, and it does work for many, but it doesn't work for everyone. And my goal is that we're all unique, We're all special. And so we need our education and our learning experience to be specialized to us. Instead of us trying to mold and bend around programs that already exist or public school the way it already is run, we evolve and change and grow as people. Our programs have to do the same. So I'm not a real program driven person when it's being run by the federal government. And I'm not trying to share a political platform here. I'm just saying what I believe, my personal beliefs. I've been a Christian for a very long time. I've had some real dark, dark times in my walk with God. Um, but there's certain truths that I know, and those truths affect our entire world and life. I'm I believe that I've finally gotten to a place in my life where uh, my walk and my relationship with the Holy Spirit brings balance to my life, that I remain relatable because I don't give power to things that don't deserve power. And ultimately, we teach everyone how to treat us, including ourselves. And so, if we start with trying to treat ourselves better, trying to develop better habits that affect us, and so much of the time we hear, especially in the Christian world, put your spouse or your partner ahead of yourself, put everyone ahead of yourself. And this new culture now is I'm number one, my personal health, my personal uh, growth, my mental health. And yes, absolutely, but not above caring for others, not above loving others, not above um, caring for your kiddos and not freaking out on them. They're under stress too. And if you're not handling it well, they're probably not handling it well. So just surround yourself with things that make you feel good and do your morning check in. What's your gratitude? What are we grateful for? What, things can we call on for gratitude? I'm going to pull out my journal a little bit so I can share some things with you, and we can just talk about our 10 to win the day. And we're working on those habits. And, I want to hear from you because I struggle too. And I can use whatever help you guys have, whatever you have to offer. And, I don't take age into account because I've grown up and raised two very old souls. Um, well, really three. My son too. My son is an old soul. And what I mean by that is um, they all love technology. They're really truly millennials. But in my desire to understand millennials and where their mindsets are, I realized with my own millennials, they and it was what they were surrounded with growing up. My mom is very nostalgic, very patriotic, um, loves the old black and white movies and the simplicity of a beginning, a dilemma, uh, a sweet little love story, some antics, and a happy ending. So, if nothing else, bring back some old stuff. Have a Friday night movie night, and go look in some of those old movies that have such great lessons and paint life a happier time. Especially if you're really struggling, just purposely force joy, cultivate joy around you, even if it's just for the day. And what do I mean by that? I will continue to say, for some people, choosing joy is just really hard, or showing up with the joy is really hard. Thankfully, it's easy for me. I like to pull the joy out of every situation. One of the reasons why I love teaching, because it's fun, and if if you have to learn a hard thing, make it as fun as possible. At least for me, because the fun brings the joy for me. Just like we were talking about yesterday with all the trying to get the water in and the water in. This has been my water bottle for the last over 3 years, and the sticker, I've changed the stickers throughout time. Uh, Washing and stuff, they come off obviously, but with all the crickets and all you guys and your cool lettering and all the vinyl lettering, there's all kinds of stuff out there. So, I have the sis drink the stupid water just to remind myself to you got to drink it. You just got to do it. It's one of those things, not a big deal. If you do infuse it with fruit, do what you got to do, but water, just get it in. I try to make the habit of when I do go to take a drink of it, that I don't take a sip like I would of my coffee. I guzzle. And I've noticed with my grandsons since they've lived with me that they are like asking for water, even though I always have it available. It's always on the table. I try to keep it full. Um, Not so much with ice in the wintertime, but definitely in the summer. And I always am like asking them, hey, how you guys doing? Can you get a drink of water for me? Or whatever before they're doing anything. Oh, let's go pick up dinosaurs. Have a drink of water. Okay, and let's all have a big drink of water. 1, 2, 3, and drink. And they haven't been asking for anything else. And because they're such extremely picky eaters and beyond picky, there's some fear involved with food and, just some things that toddlers go through. Uh, and so if they haven't throughout the day gotten enough protein, enough vitamins and things like that from their food, I will in their day, especially if they've been, just really good with what I call as a treat, which is hot cocoa. That's what they call it, hot cocoa at night. And in the summertime, I just warm it a little bit to take the chill off, but in the winter, I warm it a lot. And um, because I did have them both on Weight Gainer last year, which is a protein made for kids. Pediatricians said those are full of sugar. Don't give them to your kids. Uh, there's Orgain has a new product out, which they've made shakes forever or protein drinks in different mixes for adults, but now they have a ready to go one for kids. I still use Premier Protein. I've drank that for years. I learned back when back when I first had surgery that and just sorry for saying the brand, it's not an ad, Bariatric Advantage, which was made for anybody that had any kind of bariatric surgery, whether it was lap band or gastric sleeve or the Roux-en-Y complete gastric bypass or any of those kind of things where malabsorption is the tool. They have their own products, bariatric essentials. Well, those shakes and things um really really thin, don't taste that great, and are very expensive. And so I've gone down my journey with Shakeology, and also not an endorsement, but I still have to stand by Shakeology. It is such a comprehensive shake, and even those people that have changed their anatomy in some way to help with their weight loss or their lifetime battle with weight, even then, um, I still endorse Shakeology, but there are some really great products out there. Right now, I still use Premier Protein because it's affordable. It's the powder tastes the same as the ready-made shakes. And so what the pediatrician had recommended to me was either use Glucerna, which is a blood sugar stabilizing and kind of like a meal replacement for people with diabetes. That's really good for kids, especially kids that get a lot of sugar in their diet. And you know, people that do kid planning and stuff, food that is made for kids, packaged food, is it's full of sugar. And what most kids are addicted to, which is ketchup, also full of sugar. And I'm not saying to get rid of ketchup, especially if that helps you get your kids eating. If a dipping sauce will help them eat something that's better, I've tried to encourage ranch and barbecue sauce and anything because typically toddlers love to dip, to encourage these boys to eat. But so what it's come down to is because I buy the Premier Protein, I give, um, each of them, like, the ready mix, only half, and the rest half is milk, and I warm it in the microwave, and I give it to them in a sippy cup, and it's only about 8 ounces, but it gives them a little bit of protein and milk, and it puts it on something on their stomach when they've had a bad food day. Well, that's not an everyday thing. It used to be, but I'm able to get them to eat a lot more. Okay, so here we are. It is happy Thursday, and we are already. Is it the 5th? The 5th of November? Oh, it is the 5th of November. I don't know how I got my days mixed up because we've been so concerned about this election and about people being concerned as everything is ending, but God is still in charge. And um, so, what is your message to yourself today? What are you, remember, that's my number 9 in our 10 to win. But and if you need that, I have an evening edition here on YouTube where you can go back and it's explained more. We do go over it, and it's 10 things that I do each day. And one of them starts with morning journaling, starting my day with intention, with gratitude, but I also end my day that way as well. And so, what I'm asking you today is, what is your message to yourself? Uh, Especially as our time this morning is ending. What do we want to think about today? How do we want to guide our day? What we want to be in charge of it. We're the boss of it. Day, you're not the boss of me. I'm the boss of you. And so, what is the message to yourself? And more importantly, who do you want to be for everyone else? How are you going to show up for your, what is the message that you have to take throughout today? And sometimes it's what I want to be to everyone else, but like I was saying earlier, we keep hearing you can't pour from an empty cup. I was telling you yesterday the difference between, like, your emotional and love tank versus your tank that you can give out of, and the balance in those tanks. And what do you need? What do you need? Do you need that love tank filled, and how do you fill it? How can you be responsible for it? I've heard in lots of husband and wife situations, well, he just hasn't made enough deposits. But what are you doing to deposit into yourself? And that's true. What kind of deposits are you making into the people around you, or into your kids? Are you depositing a lot of frustration, a lot of anger, a lot of short-temperedness? And then you're getting them screaming and yelling at you and not following directions. So what is it that you want to be for you and for everyone else? And I just want you to know that I am praying for all of you. I've gotten lots and lots of prayer requests in my DM, which, please do it. I do not feel overburdened by that. I love the opportunity to pray. I love to intercede for you. Like I told you, I've been a prophetic dreamer even before I knew what it was. I had the most vivid dreams even from childhood of things that were going to happen, and um, things in people's lives. There's been times when I've been so afraid to tell someone what I dreamed, and then I was in the wrong for not telling them. So, and I'm not saying that I'm woo woo. I'm not saying that I have some, um, you know, mental giftedness. I'm not saying that it's anything other than just being an empath and being deeply in touch with how I care about people. I'm an Enneagram 3 with a wing of 2. I have to be careful with the people pleasing. I have strong boundaries there. Even my battle board over there says pause on pleasing because I have to think about me because I pour into a lot of people throughout the day. I have to give of myself a lot, and I know all of you do too. So build yourself up. The Bible says to renew your mind. There's so much going out there, there's so much negative happening. But again, with the cultivating the joy, same thing with your news feed, same thing with your social media feed. Get rid of the negative stuff. If you seem to be a person that's drawn to that, or your day or your emotions is changed by the negative stuff, and I get it. Sometimes I scroll and I see a "Hey Karen" video that I just have to watch because I cannot believe that. Sorry for those people that were really named Karen, but you know what I'm talking about. So I want to end today with, what's your message to yourself? Really think about it. Take a couple minutes to really meditate on it. Renew your mind. Cultivate that joy. Um, that's going to be my message today is I'm going to look for the joy in every situation. I am the eternal optimist. Um, but but I also know that I have to plan. I have to set everything in intention. If I don't give myself a block to exercise, I'm not going to do it. I'll find a million reasons and a million other things. I just didn't have time. And I find myself saying that a lot. But like even today, I've been trying to get my daughter some information since Monday, and it's Thursday. And so that's ridiculous for me to say I just haven't even taken the time to do it. So I'm scheduling it today that I will get that done this morning. So I want you to have a great day. Know that someone out there cares about you and is praying for you. And if no one tells you today, I love you and I'm thankful for you. Okay. So what's your message to yourself today? Cultivate joy. I love you all so much. And I always say this in every situation, lead with kindness.